Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or as I like to call it, our little corner of the internet, which you know I love so very much. I'm so happy you're here. I can't wait to go over these clips with you. I did keep it a little light today, added a little more humor than usual. It's going to be a good one. So, without further ado, let's get to it.
Somebody decided to put money under a microscope and they found something quite peculiar. There's a large number of unidentified specimens that's on our dollar. You know how they say money is the root of all evil? It's probably because E.T. and his little cousins is all through the money. All across the world, even inside of the euro. Why is there unidentified objects popping up once you use the microscope? Once again, an alien man and another alien man on the euro money. Makes me really question, does all the currency have mysterious little ET creatures on the motherfuckers? What's going on? Now I think it's about time that I invest in me a goddamn microscope, because obviously it's more than meets the eye. Because having the Men in Black opposition on our money, I find that quite crazy. But y'all let me know your thoughts on what y'all think about extraterrestrials popping up on our money under the microscope in the comments. Like,
So has anybody actually checked out any dollar bills under a microscope? I'd be shocked to find this out to an extent, because as a kid, my grandpa and I, we used to collect coins, and we were very into this kind of stuff, like looking at the symbolism of things. I mean, not the symbolism like we know it now, but just, you know, investigating minted dollars and yada, yada, yada. So with that being said, I think we would have heard about this. The spaceship on the one definitely looked like a stamp, and people just draw on dollar bills all the time. So I'm a little skeptical, and that's why I'd like to know if anybody has looked at the dollar bill. I mean, believe me, I know there's lots of symbolism and lots of very weird things, but I don't know about this. What do you think? Or what do you know? Love to hear it.
The ocean is terrifying, but lakes are haunted as heck. I just went down an entire rabbit hole about Crater Lake in Oregon. This lake is spooky dooky for so many reasons that I can't even name them all. Basically, the lake was created 8,000 years ago when an ancient volcano called Mount Mazama collapsed inwards. This resulted in a 5-mile wide and just under 2,000 feet deep lake filled with snowmelt water, making Crater Lake the clearest, cleanest, and deepest body of water in the entire United States. The lake was so deep that there was a rumor that it was bottomless. Scientists still don't know where the water comes from or where it goes. The local native tribes that are indigenous to the area believe that Crater Lake is a portal to another world, specifically the underworld, and according to oral tradition, houses supernatural beings within its depths. I don't know about Crater Lake being a portal to the upside down, but it does have a dark history. It's been the site for a slew of accidental and strange deaths, murders, and suicides. There's this one story about this man, a photographer named Charles McCullough, who visited Crater Lake in 1974 and never returned. 2 years later, park rangers found only his socks, pants, and bone fragments, as if, quote, the rest of his body just melted away. In 1949, there was a woman who was canoeing on the lake with a group and swore that she saw something enormous moving beneath them in the lake that was big enough to create waves visible from the shore. She described what she saw as dragon-esque, but no one believed her. Then there's the bizarre case of the missing plane. In 1944, 2 planes were flying together on a clear day when suddenly one of the planes vanishes without a trace. 0 distress calls were made from the plane, and the disappearance was a mystery for a while. Then a search and rescue team found evidence that the plane had actually crashed into the lake and had sunk to the bottom. To this day, no one knows how or why the plane crashed. And this lake is so massive that it has 3 islands within the lake, which each have their own creep factor to them. Wizard Island, Phantom, Ship Island, and Old Man of the Lake. With names like that, you're practically begging for creepy things to happen. They're all spooky in their own right, but I think the last one takes the cake for me. Wizard Island is named as such because it's supposed to look like a wizard hat, and it is known to be haunted. People often report seeing campfires or fires on the island, but then rangers never find any evidence of fire, smoke, or ashes. Then there's Phantom Ship Island. It's noted for its very odd shape, which kind of looks like a ship. And then depending on the time of day and angle, the island appears to vanish, hence the name. Now we've come to the old man of the lake. It's actually a log that has floated upright for more than 100 years without any weight. It floats 4 feet above the water and the rest extends 30 feet below the surface. And it has just stayed like that for over 100 years. And apparently the local rangers don't like disturbing the log because doing so in the past has caused sudden changes in the weather. As I said, the lake is so clear that you can see down straight 140 feet. But what lies in the other 1,800 feet of darkness? Perhaps some questions are better left unanswered.
I don't know about that, but I'm very curious to hear your experiences of anybody who's gone to Crater Lake. I have not been there. I've never been to Oregon. I've been to most states, but never Oregon. Very curious about Crater Lake, though. Lots of interesting stuff here. Oh man, it just caught my interest hard. Since I've learned that many of us love Unsolved Mysteries, the old TV show, I came across this.
Stave off that infection. Something beyond science.
No. We're going to start it from the beginning. There we go.
The pig man, half pig. Rumors have swirled since the 1950s that the United States government has been experimenting with pig men. Some visitors to this New York City hospital say they hear the anguished oink of a pig man echo through the hallways. For years, Los Angeles lived in fear of Tobias Lehigh Vecchi, known as the Suave Strangler, a notorious serial killer whose reign of terror left an indelible mark on the community. Authorities managed to apprehend Vecchi, but somehow he managed to escape the police car in which he was held. It's a mystery of modern medicine. Artist Roy Kotick underwent a surgical procedure that left him with a devastating infection. However, something happened during that operation to stave off that infection. Something beyond science. Something, perhaps, from above.
The true story. I liked it. I thought it was pretty well done. Very interesting. And I think of that scene every time I buy Junior Mints. Yeah, so this is some of the footage that's available to see from the Apollo missions. We haven't really gotten into many space issues here, so I'm not really sure how you guys feel. I have a feeling that I know how most people probably feel here, but I mean, this is just one set of strange. I mean, that doesn't, you know. I, I can't tell you what to think, but what I can say is if you're interested in this or you're sitting here saying that's not true or you're confused in any way or you're saying some of this footage isn't valid, whatever your opinion may be for or against whatever conspiracies may surround space travel, I strongly suggest if you have an opinion on it, you do some research because there's some interesting, sketchy, intriguing, and perplexing footage out there that will definitely make you think. And I know I talked a lot over this one, but there was no audio, so we could sit here in silence, or I could commentate. So I commentated. Hey guys, just a quick reminder that I make these videos every single day. So if you're not already subscribed and you're enjoying the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way we can stay in touch and you can be the first to know when new episodes come out, which will be tomorrow. I also want to say thank you to everybody who's here, everybody who's been here all along, everybody who's new. I really appreciate you guys, and I'm really proud of the little community that we're building here. You know that I know that it's the best. So thank you again, and we're just going to get back to it. Yes, we are. This one's interesting. So I'm just going to move this. I'm going to make this bigger for you guys so we can all see. But supposedly, someone was able to record a half person, half dog. So I'll move over here, make this bigger. I mean, you're not going to be able to see it much better than this, no matter what screen you have. Second. Lots of car stuff. There you go. Right? Right. I mean, it could be a person. Maybe it's a person who likes to run around with their dogs. You don't know. I don't know. So here is a self-defense video from the 90s. It will not disappoint.
You've got a little bit of a scenario. You're at a party. You're minding your own business. A big bully comes up and starts to rap.
You're kind of a jerk, kind of a little short, punky.
Okay. Is it dirty? Okay, but it works.
Is it dirty? Okay, but it works. So keep that in mind if anyone ever harasses you while you're hanging out. Maybe Memorial Day gets a little out of hand. Keep that Pepsi, that old Pepsi can in your hand. So I also am not that sure how you guys feel about behind the scenes stuff. Sometimes things that come across that just kind of, intrigue me because we see movies in their final form, but it's almost like, it's obviously seeing behind the curtain when you see behind the scenes footage. So if this is something you're interested in, I'll keep an eye on it. This one, it turned out well, but it's just something that happened behind the scenes of School of Rock with Jack Black.
Hold on. Hello? Uh-oh. Fire! Fire! Ah! Really? Oh my God! Dude, call 911! Call 911! Give me the phone! Give me the phone! Oh! 911.
Yeah,
You got it?
Call.
You got it?
Oh my gosh! It's on the wires!
Seriously.
Whoa. That's scary. So at first I thought this was part of one of the scenes just because Jack Black was so very Jack Black in it. But yeah. And I think that was Sarah Silverman. She's pretty lucky because she definitely saw the fire is on the wires. Just interesting. So here's another one this is, like I said, today's a little different. I just felt different in the air, you know? This is the difference between varying ages, or I guess lengths of time doing auctioneering. So I don't know if you guys have ever been to an auction. It's very cool. I've never been to like a livestock sort of auction, but I've definitely gone to just farmhouses that have antiques and things that people bring. Really cool. And this is exactly how it goes.
Betty bought some butter, but she said this butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. So she bought a bit of better butter, put it in her bitter batter.
I got a $1 bidder now, two, will you give me two? I got a $1 bidder now, two, will you give me two? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. Yeah, now, how about a been them like a board? How about a been them 500? How about a been them 4? How about a been them 3? How about a been them, let's see, how in 250, we own the money. 275, how about a been them 275? 275, now 300. 300, now 3 1/4. Never been higher, never been 75. 375, 400, never been a quarter, never been higher, 4 1/2, 75.
I am impressed. It definitely takes me back. It's pretty wild. Now, here's another kind of just nostalgia one. This is a commercial from the Old Country Buffet, or it's a training video. Man, these training videos really, really prepared you for how dismissive people can be when you're in this position. Just interesting. How many people love Old Country Buffet? Does it still exist? I'm not sure. In 2006, Sony drenched an entire block of flats in Glasgow, Scotland with 70,000 liters of paint for a commercial. So that's what you're seeing here. So yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. I feel like you guys probably already know exactly what I think about this. I think it's so wasteful. I feel bad for all the little critters that live there. It's very odd. The only thing I can think is if they were going to implode those buildings anyway, and they were just like, well, still very wasteful. Pretty though. And now for the wholesome clip.
Almost heaven. West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, standing in the river.
I mean, that's wholesome. That guy brings his puppy everywhere. Put him on the little seat, the little horsey, and he's just wagging his little tail with his person. That's sweet. That's his baby. I'm sure we can relate, any of us with pets. So that's all I have for you today. I really hope you guys are having a great day. I hope work is going great. I hope family is going great. I hope you're feeling well. I hope things are getting better in life if they weren't before. I just really wish you guys nothing but happiness. So I will see you tomorrow. I will talk to you later. And good night. Good night to my amazing grandmom and my beautiful family. I love you guys.